You know what? Camping has gas. It's a phenomenon known really well in the photography world. It might be that you're in a bit of a photography rut or something like that, or you see a new bit of kit and you go, I think I need that. Different camera companies will come out with new lenses, new cameras, all that sorts of stuff, new tripods, new lighting, anything like that. It's very similar in the world of camping. There's a 270 awning, there's a camper trailer, there's a camper trailer, there's a camper trailer, there's a 270 awning. There are so many of them around and they keep coming out and coming out and coming out. And if you see this new bit of kit and you go, I like that, I think I'm going to add that to my bit of gear. There's a new set of camping knives. There's a new solar panel. Here's a new torch. If you, like me, can tick any one of those boxes, congratulations, you also have gas. That is gear acquisition syndrome. If you have gas, there is actually help available. For me, I've always had just that little bit of gas, but ever since starting this YouTube channel for this genre, I have a lot more gas. That's because people keep on sending me stuff to review on this channel, giving me more and more of a gas problem. Sometimes those companies only give me a small amount of gas because they give it to me for a period and take it back after a review or after the loan, depending on how you see it. And look, that's enough of the double entendres. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about buying shit that you just don't need. It's something that really entered my head when I had the Goldfields camper trailer or the hybrid caravan for a week. Not about the van, like if you want to buy a van, if you're in the market for a van, buy a van. But what I got thinking about was having so much room that you could now carry stuff, you could then carry a lot of stuff. It's certainly something that I see a lot on like forums for caravans and camper trailers about all the weight that people carry and check your weights of your caravan and stuff and people talking about all the extra stuff that they take with them. And it got me thinking, how much stuff do you really need? I'm talking about all the stuff that you bring with you every trip and you just don't need it. And I don't think there's a single person out there who can put their hand on their heart and say, no, I don't do that. I recently went through a pretty significant downsizing of everything that I was carrying in here. And the way that I approached it, I would encourage you to do the same thing. In the drawers on this thing, I had lots of knives and forks, lots of spoons, lots of all different sort of cutlery. And then I went, most of the time it's me. Worst case scenario, as in the most people I'm ever going to bring with me is two, that's me and Sarah. Why do I need to carry 4 knives and 4 forks? It just doesn't make sense. So I'll cut all that back down to 2. On this side over here, there's a few things that probably aren't going to make the next trip. And I keep them in here because it'll be obvious to me that I've not used it. I'll always carry the travel bra. I use it often enough that it gets to stay in place. I haven't used this for about 12 months, I think. The jaffle stays at home. You may be thinking, Shane, the jaffle line is essential for camping. You'd be an idiot not to take it, but hear me out. Everybody's needs are different. Everybody's uses for different things is different. I go through a period where I want to have a jaffle, I'll take a jaffle line with me, but I haven't done that for about 12 months. The camp oven is in the back and I'm finding I'm using that a lot more than a jaffle line. It just depends on your situation. Something unusual is happening right now. There's someone camped up near me, I think, through the bush over here, talking about extra things. There's an axe going over there, and there's also, I think, at least 2 electric chainsaws. Definitely 2 electric chainsaws. Not sure if you can hear it, but there's definitely 2 going. Anyway, I don't know what you need 2 electric chainsaws for camping firewood. Maybe it's not for camping. Maybe they're taking it home to sell it. In fact, I'm pretty sure that same vehicle was down the road here a little bit about an hour ago shooting something. And I'm pretty sure that's National Park just there. Anyways, something to keep an eye on. Moving on. For me, that hole there underneath here is empty except for the stuff that I'm undecided about bringing or not. And I encourage you to do the same sort of thing in your setup. Find a space, could be a bucket, could be a container, could be anything, could even be stickers that you put on things and take them off when you use those, take the stickers off when you actually use that product. But I think we get into a trap of going to a camping store because, oh my God, how much stuff is in some of these things. Watching people like me review something and they go, that's amazing, I want that. And don't ever feel like you have to do that with my stuff. I think I've tried to make it as clear as possible with my videos. If you just because I'm reviewing something doesn't mean you should buy it. If you're in the market for buying something, by all means use it for that purpose only. But if it makes it into this position here, it's not going to be here on the next trip. This here I did use last time, the travel bry, so it stays there. I've got another spatula here. So I've got 2 of these. I don't know why I'm carrying 2. I'm not talking about big high-end equipment. I'm talking about all the stuff that just takes up weight and space. Once you get home and you do your regular after-trip clean, go through the container or the box or whatever the situation is, take out all the things that you have identified that you're not going to use, and put them in your other storage. This is my other storage. Yours may not be like this, but you're going to have something similar. You may have just a shelf somewhere or a container in your garage, something like that. You're going to have somewhere that you empty everything out of and leave it there until the next trip. This is just a 20-foot shipping container. I used to keep my Harley in here, and the Triumph and all the other bikes. On the bottom over here, on the bottom of this shelf, is where I keep the stuff that I don't use anymore. And what I do, if it sits down there for 12 months, goes on Marketplace, gets given to friends, things like that, because I'm no longer using it. So all of this stuff is stuff that I don't want to lose, but it needs to be there mentally that I don't want to keep it too long. Swag, it's a personalised swag from Merchants and River Swags. If you're looking for a swag, I can't recommend these enough. It's a regular traditional old swag. These here, I've only used these about 3 or 4 times ever. These are the sidewalls for my 30-second awning. I would never get rid of them because there's going to be times where I'll do a trip and not take the trailer, and I'm going to be using the awning. That does happen occasionally, but if I'm going on a longer trip where I'm not going to take the trailer, I do want to take these. Sleeping bags, they're really just for friends that might stay in the house. They're not really so much for camping. This here is the winter or the summer weight bedding, the power stations, water purifiers, recovery kits, extra camp ovens, tent pegs, and this shelf down the bottom there with those Jaff lines. That's the shelf that things get cleared out of if they don't get used. On another point, just real quick, this is something that I started doing when I was riding the bikes around, and it was the easiest sort of souvenir that you could grab on the bike because they take up virtually no room. So lots of stickers here. What do you guys take when you're doing touring around? Is it a sticker thing? Is it a patch? Is it something more like physically large? And if you do have a sticker wall, what is the sticker that you wish you had that you don't get, that's on your bucket list if you like? And what's the sticker that you're most proud of getting? All right guys, catch you later.
Heading back to what used to be home, passing by those little towns I know so well, stopping for gas and then I'm behind the wheel.